Didn't know if I wanted to do this with a mask or without. Still getting some surgery work done here, but I think I'm going to go without the mask for right now. Another episode of What's in the Short Box. So I'm just going to go grab a short box and just see who's around at this time of the day. I like to do these on the impromptu, just see who's around. A lot of people have been liking these videos, so, and I'm enjoying them too. Get to talk with the community. So take this opportunity now. I'm going to go grab a random short box, and those that come in later or watch us on the replay, welcome to the channel. Welcome to the video. I hope you enjoy this. All right. Ranger Sly is in the house. Hey, buddy. How's it going? I'm going to go grab a random short box right now while we're waiting to see who else is around. So let me go grab that. Okay. Let me see. Let me just take a quick peek at what's here. Make sure I didn't do this one already. I don't think I did that one. Let me see this one. Did I do this one? Nope. He's in here. All right. Perry's here. Hey, Perry. How's my Floridian brother doing? You enjoying the weather now that the humidity is kind of tapering down a little bit? All right. So I am going to just start showing random books out of this box here. I don't even know what's in it. All this stuff behind me is stuff I bought, shot videos, and have not read. And just to reiterate, I'm getting surgery right here. I was debating whether to do that because I'm missing it. So, but I think it would be too muffled if I use this. All right. We got two people in here. That's pretty good. Well, I don't know if you guys are watching this show, Hellstrom. I am watching it and I am liking it. I think it is pretty good. This is Son of Satan, number 5, August 1976. And the polybags do not help. I am putting everything in Mylars from now on, and I am redoing all these books and putting them all in Mylars. I've been able to find my LCS is getting Mylars, a company that moved from Canada to Chicago, and can get them 100 a bag now for like $8. What's up, James? How's it going? Just showing a random short box here. It's gonna be everything, modern, bronze, silver, and possibly some gold. I wanted to pose the question when I got more people in here if they would like to see an episode of just all Golden Age comics, because I got 4 or 5 boxes of just Golden Age. Oh, this came in last week. I just put it up on Instagram, picked it up on eBay for $15. A really kind of hard issue to get out of this run. And I put it in the press when I left for work on Saturday and left it there for 4 days. So even though it's pretty low grade, it looks really well. And the staples are tight on it, and it's not missing any pages. It's a Fox feature, number 3 from August 51. Just a really cool, good girl looking cover on there. Showing a little leg, a little panty there. Murder Incorporated. Little bondage. So, yeah, so let me tell you the story. I ordered a nice grade copy of King Comics number 22 from 1938, Popeye. And my mail carrier, they have a substitute, and this has happened before, and I've told it on this channel. It's happened again. He delivered it to another address, which is similar to mine. I went down to the neighbors. They said, oh, we didn't get it. I went down to the post office. They said, Yeah, we show the GPS delivering it to your neighbor, and we're gonna try to get it back. I haven't heard anything. And it was like a $200 comic. It was a really nice condition. I got it cheap. And so yesterday I called Washington and started an investigation because hopefully at least if I can get my money back, but I am so pissed. That book is so scarce in that grade and hard to get at that price. It may never happen again. I'm getting sick and tired of this. Every time they have a substitute on Friday, my books are getting lost, delivered to the wrong place. I don't know if the neighbor's keeping them. I don't know if the mail carrier is keeping them, but somebody is. So I got several Golden Age coming in, and I just checked my app, and they're all coming on this Friday. So now I got to get up early, drive down to the post office, and try to catch the mail before it goes out, just so I don't lose books. I'm really sick of that. What's up, Paulo Costa? Uh, did you do an episode with Gray Man on the music? Because I think you did. I didn't get to catch it yet. So, anyways, let me get through this short box and stop gambling on. Another Son of Satan. If you guys aren't watching this and you do get Hulu, I recommend watching the show. And this is I don't have the date on it. October. I'm guessing it's like 74 or something. Gil Kane cover. Really cool. The only thing I don't like about the show, it's got the cliche Catholic Church involved, like doing the possessions and stuff like that. And the Catholic Church, they don't know jack about that stuff in real life. So it's getting to be too much now. They've been doing that for the last 50 years, and I wish they would come up with another way to. That's just my opinion. Anyways, cool Gil Kane cover, Son of Satan, number 18, Marvel Spotlight 18. And yeah, man, I picked up number 12, first appearance, back in, I don't know what it was, April. I picked up 2 copies and for $25 each, and I sold one of them for over $100. I was like, I don't usually do that, but I was, it makes you feel good that you can buy it cheap. And then 3 months later, that book, if you have a really nice near mint copy, is like 200 and some dollars. I may have showed this box already. I might have to switch. Unless I put this. Okay, guys, I showed this box already. I'm gonna grab another one. Private Doberman, because I remember talking about this show because I used to watch it before work. So let me grab another box. I showed that one already. Let me do this one. I should mark these boxes so I know which ones I shoot already. Is it shoot or shown? Yeah, I didn't show this one. Yeah, I'm gonna check that out, Paulo. I actually want to do an episode. That looks like so much fun. I picked this up at the Comic Fest. I think I paid somewhere between $10 and $15 for it. Adam Hughes, Catwoman with Zatanna, December 2007, number 72. Adam Hughes does some really good female work. Other than that, I don't really care for his work too much. But I noticed that his earlier females, they have such thick legs and arms, and they're real beefy. I wish I get some good lighting on there. I just turned on YouTube right here. I found that Captain Strangelife's got a new video out. I can't wait to watch that. Pick this up. This book got hot. I don't know if it still is. I know I don't know if the show is out or it's coming out. This is the first appearance of the twins. What are their names? Speed. Twin Boys, Speed and Wiccan. Steve Englehart, script. Richard Howell on the art. Number 12, September 86. This book was just a nothing book for years, and all of a sudden, now I don't even know what it's worth. It's probably like a $50 book. So, what do you guys think? Would you like to see a short box episode of just Golden Age books? Because I was going to do it this one, but I thought I'd ask you guys what you thought. This is a nice mint copy. I think third appearance of Bullseye, January 1977. It was like $5. I couldn't pass it up. Who does the cover work on that? I do not know. Frank Miller? I don't know. I'm just guessing. Oh, Cockrum. Cockrum cover. What's up with that lighting? This one I picked up for, I think, 15 cents, 20 cents. It's the first Venomized cover. So if you can see right here, Thor is Venomized. It's Quasar, number 30, January 1992. It's the alternate reality version of the alien symbiote Thor. Picked this up in Lafayette, Louisiana at a college town, kind of a small shop. There's a lady that owns it. She's like 70 years old. She's owned this store for like 40 years. It was pretty cool. But the thing is, I picked up a bunch of Mistress of the Dark photo covers. I have number 1 of the recent series, and I had 2, 3, and I think 4. I set them on the counter. Was looking at some other books, forgot they were there, checked out, and left them. And I was like, I had never seen those again in back issue bins. And they were only like $1.50. Hey, oh, so we got, how many we got watching here? We got 4. We got 5. We got K. Titus from Japan. What's up, Ken? Just the Thor cover, our Thor issue from 1979, 283. Love the Bronze Age Thor. I try to pick these up whenever I can find them really high grade for $1. I usually don't like to spend more than $3 on them if they're high grade. My LCS had a bunch, and I had all of them except for one, so I left them there. It's good to keep. Don't grab everything when you got it, because there are people out there that are, if they're still really getting into Bronze Age, those are good books to pick up, and they're cheap. Spider-Woman, I think I grabbed this out of the dollar bin because it had the Spider-Man cover. Number 20, November 79, Frank Springer art, Mark Grubwald script. These back issue bins of Spider-Woman are starting to creep up just a little bit. You can usually get them for $2 to $3. Now they're probably in the high grade $5 to $7 range, most of the places you go. So let's see what's going on there. Just love The World Finest. Like to read these. Stories are always fun, cool. Anniversary issue number 300 from February 1984. And you got the team of Hannigan and Giordano, who did Peter Parker's Spectacular Spider-Man in like 1982 in Marvel. The Outsiders, guest appearing Justice League Outsiders, Teen Titans. And then you got is it just the black box, or is it an anniversary annual? Number 12, 1983. Herb Trimp on the art, Bill Matlow on the scripts. Probably another $1 fine. Oh yeah, here we go. Some nice Daredevil. September 1976. Marv Wolfman on scripts. John Buscema on the art. Love these Bronze Age Daredevils. What I like about the Bronze Age is the writing was consistently and the art consistently high caliber, the highest standards. You could pick up any issue of Marvel and you would really enjoy it immensely. And then you got, what the heck's that dude's name on the front? I can't remember his name. The Jester, yeah, the Jester. I always remember him from Bill Savikovich run on Moon Knight. Some killer art where he's got the yo-yo flying at the out of the panels. Hey, Gray, what's going on? We got Heroes to Icon. Man, it's filling up. Everybody, I hope you're enjoying your day. I'm enjoying my day off. I said, you know what? I got to get in with the community, kind of chat a little bit, show some stuff, make my presence known here. I got back from work at midnight, and work is just is gangbusters. And when I get home, I don't want to do anything but just relax mostly. But I know I got to keep up and with my buddies here. Got to put out a little bit of content. So Gray Man's killing it with his 13 Halloween, or is it 31 days to Halloween nights? Getting a lot of talent from around the community going. Whose videos did I just watch? I just watched some Dr. Vanchilla this morning, his Keep It or Leave It videos, which I really like. He has got an issue of Spider-Man number, I can't remember the number. Go to his videos. He's trying to sell it. He said he hasn't sold it yet. Go over there and see if you're interested. It's an early Ditko issue, and he really, I don't know, I guess he may need the money. He's really wanting to sell it. So if you guys are interested in something like that, go check that out. I don't buy a lot of Silver Age and Bronze unless I get it cheap at the LCS or flea markets. I usually only buy Golden Age. So, and I just spent all my Golden Age money for the week. The wife's birthday is this weekend, and I guess I kept telling her, let's do something, let's do something. So she was like, I don't know. So she called me. She goes, you know what? I want to go to the museum this weekend, and they're doing like a scavenger hunt here at the museum. So I said, hey, that's cool. Let's do that. We got a Keith Pollard cover here. Power Man Iron Fist number 54. I just picked up a big chunk of this run out of the 50-cent bin, and that's in my last video if you haven't seen it. Really have fondness for this series. I bought it monthly when it was coming out in the 80s. Good street level stories, which I love. I'm not really into the cosmic thing. And like I said, consistently well written, always fun, always different. A lot of new villains always showing up in the series. You can't go wrong with it. You can find it cheap. And like I said, you'll always enjoy it. 31 Nights of Halloween, yes. How's your teeth? Don't look. I'm trying not to show it. Gray Man put up a new video, comic winnings from Jambo. Okay. Yeah, I just watched one of Jambo's Vampirilla haul. And Kay, I got to catch up on your videos. I got to catch up on everybody's videos. So I don't know what's going on with notifications. They only send them in a chunk email in my Google Gmail account. So I try to pick and choose, and then I'll go binge watch everybody. So during the week, I'm binge watching like a couple channels here and there. Another Thor anniversary issue 300, nothing, just a 50-cent find. You know, it's going to be fun to read, so I picked it up. Mark Grunwald scripts, Keith Pollard. This has the origin of Odin in it from October 1980. This is a Eric Larson McFarlane cover out of the 50-cent bin, August 88, number 346. McFarlane, I kind of like him. Eric Larson, I'm not really a big fan of his. His anatomy is just terrible. He just kind of draws to be like, make it look cool, even though he doesn't really know anatomy that well. Even though McFarlane does know his anatomy, he is one that draws to look cool also. Not kind of what art I'm into, but you know what? I'll give it a shot, and I'm sure it'll be fun to read. Let's see what Gray Man, don't be too sensitive. Yeah, that's what I told myself. Actually, before this video, I was in the mirror, posing and stuff, deciding which way to go. And I'm like, Mike, just don't worry about it. You're ugly anyway, so who cares? We're here about comics. We're not here about how I look with my big nose and my ugly face. I always tell myself I'm ugly and fat. I don't give a damn. That makes life a whole lot happier. How many Golden Age books do I have? Someone asked me that the other day. I think I have around 2,000. And I was posing that question earlier. Would you guys like to see a Golden Age only short box edition of this? Because I was going to do it this time, but I thought I'd pose that question and see how many people are interested in that. Some people aren't into Golden Age, and then some people, they have this interest, and then other people are really into it. So, what do we got next? Black Cat. I don't know what appearance this is of hers. I know it's an early one, March 82, 226. I used to have her first appearance years ago when I was buying off the newsstand. Never thought it was anything spectacular. Sold it with a collection. And now, man, to get that book, people are wanting well over $100 and a good grade. So I'm just kind of, if it falls in my lap, it falls in my lap. Otherwise, I'm not going to worry about it. But I do remember I was buying Peter Parker Spectacular monthly when it came out in 1980 to 1983. And really, she was a really awesome character. Felicia, I think I fell in love with her and probably still have a crush on her. She's so gorgeous, so cool, how she has that like luck power of hers. Peter David run on the Hulk was amazing, especially that Gray Hulk part, cool run. Okay, so now keep that in mind. I have, so much to read, but every now and then I'll just go and just randomly pick out 3 or 4 books. I got my read list right here, or my read pile right here, which I keep next to my Lazy Boy. So for Halloween, I chose to read that one. I started it, but fell asleep because it was late at night. I started this one, haven't finished it yet. Just these are just my read pile for right now. A lot of these came from Jesse Lynch and his A-OK. If you haven't seen that, go watch it. He showed these, and I told him I wanted to buy them, and he said, "You know what? Forget about them. Send them aside, and I'll put them in your A-OK." I was not a fan of this, just because I don't like zombies at all. This seemed a really cliche, like it's been done 100 times before. But I thought, you know what? I'd give it another shot. I did read number 1 when it came out. I thought I'd read it again. I don't even know what this is. It's incentive retailer variant, but I don't even know from what series. I just sharing this stuff with you really quick. This was an A-OK from my buddy DC Sci-Fi Comics. He's on Instagram. Check him out. So yeah, that's my read list right there. I'm in my read pile. I got home late last night. I was like, you know what? I'll read a comic. But then the cat Buster came in with his. He has this big rubber band that he carries around the house. Where is that? It's here somewhere. But he'll bring that big rubber band to you, and you just let you throw it to him for hours on end. Okay, I just saw someone show this. I think it was Southern Comic Geek on Instagram. Spider-Man, first MK armor, number 100, Web of Spider-Man. Actually, it's a foil cover. You guys probably know about this. It's a pretty popular book. You can find it. It's not scarce. You just find it every now and then in a dollar bin. That's where I found mine at the flea market. Ranger Sly. I was buying PPSMM 2 back in the day. Sold them many years ago. Regret not having that first Cloak and Dagger anymore. Yeah, I had that one too. And yeah, same thing. I tried to find it again in a dollar bin, but now they're wanting too much because of the TV show. But yeah, that was a cool, and I was like a teenager when that came out and really enjoyed the Cloak and Dagger too. And the unique origin with the drugs and then the Kingpin tie-in and all that. This is a Marvel's Legend reprint of First War Machine, and this says 281. I do have the original. I think it might be on my wall behind me. I'm not sure, but I think this is 282 is the actual first appearance. But on the Marvel Legends reprint, this one they put the first appearance cover on the issue before it. So I saw that somewhere, and I was like, I got to find that. So I found it in a dollar bin. This is the first appearance of the Black Galactus and the Necker Sword. Saw this on Jim's Comics was it last year or the year before? This is the variant cover. So I found these in my LCS for $1. I grabbed as many as I could. It really never went anywhere though. So let me ask you guys. I was thinking about getting the new Xbox because it said it played all the games from every system. But now I found out it's only playing 39 games from Xbox, the original Xbox. And I'm like, that kind of threw me off. I don't want to buy it because then I still got to pull out my original Xbox to play games. And I got all three consoles right now, so I figured why waste my money on that? But it's cool. It looks cool. And I might pick it up for the newer games. I don't know. Another dollar comic. This one I find in the dollar I see in the dollar bin all the time. But then you got people at certain places wanting like 15 to 20 bucks for it. First appearance of Shiva, Weapon X hunting robot. Really cool. Excuse me. Die cut cover. So yeah, Wolverine what number is that? 50. So kind of a milestone issue. This one was in the dollar bin at the flea market, and it is signed somewhere. Ew, I can't see the signature. Maybe it was a different issue. I found an issue that was signed, but this is Punisher and Moon Knight. First time that they meet. I really want to read this one. Moon Knight's my favorite Marvel character. Can't wait for the TV series. I hope they really do it in the vein of his first solo series, kind of like where he's Batman, the millionaire. He's got the copter and the three personalities. Deadpool number 45, dollar bin. I'm not a big fan of Deadpool at all. I think he's a terrible character. But if I can find the early issues for $1, I'll definitely pick them up. So you can see here that I did. I got number 9. And I forget who does these covers. I do not like this art at all. Terrible art, terrible character, but it's 90s, and you guys in the community have kind of got me into checking some 90s stuff out. I know the artist. I can't remember his name, though. Deadpool 33. He did. He worked on Nightwing. I remember that. Back to the bronze. We got some Gene Colan, 154. We got all the rogue gallery of Daredevil on this one. What year is this thing? This has got 1978. Do you fancy YouTube stream sharing 5 or your Ranger slide? You have a laptop with a camera? Because you don't need a webcam. You can use your phone now with StreamYard. You don't have to have any amount of subscribers. You can use your phone. You can use your laptop. I'd love to see a live stream by Ranger Slide, or even bring them on the show with me, or with Gray Man, or all of us do a show. Ghost Rider 48, 1980. Kind of a horror cover. Of course, it's Ghost Rider. It's always going to be a horror cover. Tiger Fist, what's going on? Man, you haven't been putting out some videos. I need you to put out videos, Tiger Fist. Always love to hear what you got to say. Always interesting, entertaining videos by Tiger Fist. Iron Fist number 7, 1979. I'm going to take a stab, maybe 8, maybe 77 because it's not on the cover, so I'm guessing 77. Who enjoyed the show? I watched it all the way through. Wasn't very consistent as far as being good. It got the first half a season was decent. My wife could watch it. Then it got super violent. She was out. But I don't know. For not having anything Iron Fist before that, that makes me enjoy it, or have enjoyed it. By the way, Ranger Sly, I finally got your She-Hulk package. Yeah, you're gonna do a video on it, man. I've been checking your channel every couple days to see if you're posting a video. I need an answer right now. Are you doing a video on that? I just like to hear you talk, and I'd like to hear your knowledge on stuff. All you guys, incredible knowledge on comics. Okay, great. Thanks for stopping in, man. First, Banshee, Silver Banshee, December 87, number 595, Action Comics, John Byrne cover. I've been wanting to find, up to this time, I've been looking for this book for a couple of years. Everybody was showing they got it. And everybody was saying they got it out of a dollar bin. I finally found it in the dollar bin. I don't know when, late last year or something like that. Sir Blue, what's your snack of the day, buddy? So Sir Blue just went to Second and Charles. How much did you make? A lot of money off everything you got there? What'd you turn in? Video games, DVDs? Another issue from my childhood. Picked this one up when it came off the stand. Not this particular one, but this issue. Right around the center of the Frank Miller run is when I started buying them off the newsstand. So I missed the first Electra, which I'm still wanting today, but I am not willing to pay the prices. If I'm going to set down over $150 for a comic, it's going to be Golden Age. I'm not going to buy an Electra. Oh, you're still at the store? So this is number 189 from 1981. Frank Miller. Frank Miller was the king of layout. He wasn't like the super best artist, but he could lay out a panel or a cover to just make it look so cool, shadow it and everything. Who inked his work? I forget. Was it Klaus Janson that inked most of his work? Look at the shadowing on that. That really makes Daredevil look even cooler than it would if he was all red. And then you don't see the ninja or the hand, but you see all the arrows and the swords, and that really adds to the dynamic of the cover. Yeah, was good. Like I said, he's not the best artist, but panel per panel, he would just lay out each one that it looked so cool that you just wanted to see the next panel. That's how I felt about it. What do we got here? I don't know who does this. It looks like either a Buscema cover, Thor 260, 1977. Can't get a good, there you go. Really, look at all the detail on that cover. So much good detail. Nowadays, you get a cover on a modern book. People are showing these Alex Ross covers with just like Thor, Iron Man. I forget who else it was. There's like a whole bunch of them. And I am just tired of buying new comics just for the cover. And people are showing this. All you're seeing is these new Alex Ross covers. I'm not saying they don't look good, but my thing is I'm going to buy it and I'm going to open it up and I'm going to be disappointed, like I wasted my money because it's just the cover that's cool and the rest of the book's going to be crap. And that's happened to me so often that I don't buy new comics anymore. I kind of stroll over there a little bit, kind of look at what's going on, then I quickly move away and go to the back issue bins. Klaus Janson was the inker later in the run. Let me put some comments here so people can see that. He was doing more work. Yeah, and then I noticed that when he took over as the penciler, his art was just almost looked like Frank Miller's. And I thought that was cool. I think I remember when I opened it up and was reading the comic, and then I went back and looked at the credits. I'm like, oh, it's not Frank Miller anymore doing pencils because it looks like Frank Miller's style. Okay, so amen to that. Isn't it true though? I mean, Marvel knows. They know this is their hook. They're just, let's make a killer cover and people will buy it only for that. We don't have to worry about the interior art. So we can hire crappy artists for low price, for low money. We can hire the lowest people that we can get to do the interiors because everyone's just going to buy it for the cover, spec for the cover. And let's be honest, they just put in a new character. It doesn't matter if the story's good. It doesn't matter if the art's good. The hook is it's a brand new character. It might get a TV show. So who cares what the story's about? Who cares what the art looks like inside? Everybody's like, oh, and it's an incentive cover. It's a virgin cover. Let's get it for $100, $200, $300, $400. I was at the shop last weekend. He was getting the new books ready from DC. They couldn't be out for another 3 or 4 days. He had the incentive cover for the 1 in 25 for Robin King #1. He's like, oh, it's going for 60 on pre-order. I said, well, I'll give you 45 just to see what he would say. He's like, okay, I'll take it. And I'm like, nah, I can't spend 45 on it. Now, I might have been able to double my money on that book, but it was the whole thing of, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to go down this rabbit hole anymore. Just buying a book because it's a 1 in 25. It's a new spec character. I'm out of that. It's just too stressful. At one point it was fun, but now that it's like, when it was fun, it was like 20-30% of the collectors were doing it. And, you could still find stuff here and there. And now it's like 100% of the community is in on this thing. And it's just gone ballistic. It's too crazy. It's ridiculous. And for those reasons, I'm out. Shark Tank. Okay, so let me put up another comment here. The X of Swords and Daredevil books with Alex Ross covers are good stories. Immortal Hulk also. Okay, so let me address that because I was picking up Immortal Hulk, and I don't disagree. The stories were good, but this is what Marvel does. They take one issue, which should be one regular issue, and they dilute it down into 3 issues. So when you're popping $4 down for Immortal Hulk, even though the story's good, it's so diluted that you're barely getting anything for that $4. And that was my problem with it. I stopped buying Immortal Hulk for that reason alone. The only new book I'm buying is Batman, and I was going to drop it, and I bought number 100. The writing by Tinian was kind of getting not so good. It was going downhill for me. But I bought a 100, and I thought 100 was really good. But because it's a thicker issue, it felt like a regular comic. I really liked where he was going, where he went with it. I wasn't expecting kind of where he went with it. So I'm going to stick to issue 101 and see what happens. Hopefully, it will stay consistently good. Otherwise, I'm going to be out, and that'll be it for me. But those are my opinions. I mean, I'm not an authority on anything. I'm just me on my own island when it comes to collecting. But I'm just glad that I have a forum where I can share my opinion. Let me see what Mr. Ranger's like. Speculation on the new comics is a trap. In a couple of years, they will be worth nothing. Yeah, and I realize that they can't. Really, they're not going to be, and they're not. You can see they're not sustaining those prices. So if you're in it, that's another stressful part of it. If you're in it for spec, you got to flip it really quick. get your money out of it. Now, if there's a certain thing about it that I like, if it's a character that I have a nostalgic feeling for, something like that, yeah, I'll pick it up. They might even be able to hook me if they started homaging Bronze Age covers or stuff like that, and they looked cool. I would like to see DC reprint detective and action comics from the very beginning, starting with #1 and working their way up through the Golden Age. I think that would be something that I would be interested in. Let's see. We got William Smallwood. Hey, how's it going, brother? Jorge Jimenez has me hooked on Batman. But modern books from the big two are starting to give me headaches. Indie books are far better read and art. I'm kind of on the fence with him when he did the Punchline fight scenes with Harley Quinn. I didn't think they were really that good. But like I said, a 100 kind of seemed to jump back up in as far as caliber. I really liked 100. I was surprised that I liked it. I was all ready to be disappointed and ready to drop the book. Oh, let me get back to this. We're back to more Thor. This got to be a Sal Buscema cover, 261. I could be wrong, but it really looks like his stuff. The milers look cool when you use the eyes, but when you use the camera, you get that glare. There we go. There we go. Giant spider robots. Kirby-esque looking guns there in the foreground. Always love this too, right here. Okay, the wife's calling. Let me tell her I can't talk. You're on speaker and you're on YouTube. Yeah, I'm doing a live stream right now.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No, it's all right.
I was just calling to see you.
Okay. I love you. I'll see you tonight. Bye.
Bye.
Another Ghost Rider, Mandagore, #27. Now, most of these books you're seeing are coming out of the dollar bins, either at flea markets, mostly the flea market that I go to. The Infinity Gauntlet. I started reading this and then I dropped off, but it was really good. I love it. George Perez art. #2. I picked up #1 from the flea market for $1.50 or something like that. I think I gave it away in a AOK. I did have another near mint copy of #1 I bought for $15. #3. I know this is good. I haven't read it. I know it's good. You're back again? Oh, hi, Mrs. Tiger. Bad Avenger, what's going on, brother? I've been watching a lot of your videos too. Love your knowledge, dude. You pick up so much different stuff that it helps me to learn about that stuff. Comic Mag Musings. All right, everybody's coming. Must be lunchtime. What's everybody having for lunch? Tell me. I'm on a SpaghettiO diet because of the tooth there. And I'll tell you what, I've been on that SpaghettiO diet before when I had other bone grafting. I've lost 15 pounds in a month and a half already. And get to eat SpaghettiO meatballs 3 times a day out of a can. I love it. All right, so Infinity Gauntlet #6. Tell me about this, guys. Who's finished this storyline? I know it's good. I read issue 1. It was fantastic. I really need to get back to finishing the whole run. The art is good. Story's good. And this is one of those 90 fluke books. This is from the 90s, isn't it? You just got back from your LCS. So what did you get? I'm gonna text mine in a little bit. He's supposed to be getting in a Golden Age collection from the 1950s. He did get the Art Germ the Batgirl is at #1 issue. I don't know how much he has on that. I'd love to snag it. I don't have it. Hey, Dr. Ronchilla, what's going on, brother? I was just talking about you earlier. I was binge watching your videos. Bad Avenger, I was been watching his this week. Watching some Gray Man Halloween. So back to the comics, because that's what we're here for. Stephen Platt. I got this cheap, nice near mint copy. I think he had two of these, and I grabbed both of them. They were $5. I'm like, yeah, I'm not letting that go for $5. I think I read the issue before this, either before. Is this? I think it was the one, two issues before this, and the art was amazing. The story was so bad. So I haven't really, I didn't, of course, I haven't read this. Nothing in this box has been read yet. Stephen Platt has some beautiful art. He does a great, amazing run on Prophet from Image. But yeah, the writing was terrible. Into New Mutants. This was coming out when I was buying off the newsstand. I have multiple issues of #1, which for some reason is a book that does not go for a lot of money still. But I did buy the graphic novel when it came out. Unfortunately, I don't have that anymore because I wish I did. And I don't want to pay the money for it. But I always enjoyed this run, at least the first, I don't know, 30 or 40 issues. I thought it was really good, done really well. Enjoyed the new original characters. Sunspot was cool, Cannonball, Wolf's Bane. And Bob McLeod, I was telling Comic Book Geek, Southern Geek the other day, is the only creator I've ever met at a Comic Con. Only because my wife made me. She was forcing me to go meet people. And when I'm at a con, all I care about is finding cheap comics. I don't care about meeting people. I don't care about getting signatures. But I did get his signature on 2 New Mutants prints. And for some reason, I don't know where they're at. It drives me insane. All right. Back to Infinity Gauntlet, #4. One of the not dynamic covers of the run. Come and Get Me. Not a Thanos fan at all. I know this. I cannot say enough because I remember reading issue 1 and it was so good. Some more New Mutants, #14. I think this is a key of some sort. I don't have it on here. I think I have another issue of this somewhere. You guys can tell me what's the key of this. It's the first appearance of something, somebody. More New Mutants, #17. These are all going in Mylar when I get time to sit in front of the TV and just rebag and board. The thing is, it's tedious for me because you see how it has a Silver Age bag and a Silver Age board. I'll put it in a current Mylite, and then I'll sit with my little cutting board and I'll measure this and cut the board down to fit. So I don't have to waste money buying new boards because I'm cheap. That takes a long time to do when you're going issue to issue. This is first print, May '96, Hulk 441, homage to, now I can't remember the movie, Pulp Fiction. But this is first print. There's a second print. On the second print, you can tell because it says 295 instead of 195. It's really cool. She-Hulk cover. Little cleavage going on, some cigar smoking. Me and my wife watched Domestic Violence the other day with John Travolta. Have you all seen that? And Vince Vaughn. I think that's Vince Vaughn's best part in a movie because he's a terrible actor. His comedy is not funny at all. So when he does dramatic roles like that, I like him as an actor. But when he does comedy, I think he has a new movie out too right now. So we got She-Hulk #2. If you haven't seen my She-Hulk mini documentary here on my channel. Check it out. I talk about why Stan Lee created her, and it has a lot to do with the Bionic Woman, the reason that she exists. So if you haven't watched that, I think it's, I hate to toot my own horn, but it's really good. You did appear to be despondent. John, is everything okay? Okay, you guys have lost me. What's going on? Fill me in. A goodbye video from DVC. What? I have not made such a video. It hasn't happened. Okay, guys, tell me what's going on here. I'm getting worried. Is everything okay? All right, back to comics. I think this came from Metarog. These are the ones that were given out by the military. I have 4 different issues. 2 of them I got from my brother who was in the army, and then 2 I got from Metarog. So that's one, and then this is another one. Not for resale. Not for resale. So I can't sell these. I have to give them away if I ever get rid of them. Doctor, is everything okay with, what is the goodbye video? You guys are being very cryptic. Let's see this comment. Stephen Platt is the worst artist of all time. I wouldn't go that far. I don't know. I'd have to disagree. I think his stuff looks kind of cool. And the fact that he does it on Moon Knight, which is my favorite character. Now, as far as interior work, I'm not going to argue. Cover work, I don't think he's the worst. Marvel Tales, reprinting Spider-Man 100. I wish I had the original issue, but I do not. And this is from 1978. Now, isn't it funny when you watch videos and someone will show a comic from 1978, or even when you're on eBay and there's a listing for a comic from the Bronze Age and they go, it's a newsstand. And you're thinking, of course, they're all newsstands. The newsstands were the most prevalent in those eras. But it's like, it's a hook. Hey, it's a newsstand. You got to get it. So 1978, newsstand edition. All right. We're going to see what's going on here. We got controversy on Night Tiger Comics. Gray Man, I saw a video popping up saying, like, goodbye. It seemed, but it never played. Thought it was DVC, but I may be remembering wrong. Well, Gray, in your defense, you are getting old. But I don't think you've ever been wrong before, have you? According to your girlfriend, though, you're wrong all the time. Dr. Von Chilla says, I'm sorry, it was my test video, came across as despondent. The tests were up for about 2 minutes. I'll be live tonight and alive too on Nick's channel at 7 p.m. Eastern. Very happy to. So there you go. And you can see how diligent Grayman is in keeping up with videos. He's seeing videos that are up for only 2 minutes, where a lot of us are not seeing that. So I got to pose a question. Okay, this is community. This is to you, 8 people watching. The Ropers or Mr. Furley? Which team are you on? If you have, well, you have a device, everybody does. Download the Pluto app for free. It acts like a cable channel, but it has all kinds of great free TV. You can put on your phone, your tablet, your smart TV. And I've been binge watching Three's Company every time I get a chance to sit down and watch TV. But I am in the Furley camp. I think Don Knotts even rose above Barney when he did his character of Mr. Furley. He is just so hilarious. He's the Chrissy Snow of the landlords as Mr. Furley. Silver Surfer, Thanos cover, Guide to the Galaxy, March 1990. Yes, Night Tiger has a 90s book in his collection. You saw it here. Here's the evidence. We're going to check a comment here. Dr. Vanchilla says, The Ropers. I like the Ropers, says William Smallwood, but like Furley better. My favorite thing with the Ropers is when Mr. Roper did that little laugh and they zoomed the camera on his face. It was just hilarious. Okay, Gray has clones for sure. He makes half a dozen new videos every day. Has time to watch everyone comment, discover, and small. Why is it every time I read a Gray? Oh, that's Ranger Sly. Oh, he's talking about Gray Man. Every time I hear Gray Man in my head, I want to talk like this. Gray Man. Whoa, look who we got with us here. Grudo Orlov. He's in the Furley camp. Paul Acosta never saw Three's Company. I do remember the Ropers didn't much care for it. Yeah, the TV show, my wife and I talked about that. They left Three's Company where they were probably making a decent amount of money to spin off their own show, which barely lasted one season. And they probably regretted that for the rest of their careers. Archie Bunker, love it. You can watch him free on the Crackle app. Soap, Benson, real funny. Yep, watched all those. We're watching on the Pluto app. They have One Day at a Time and Too Close for Comfort. So we're binge watching those. But if you get that Pluto app, they have movies for free. They have a James Bond channel. They have a Johnny Carson channel. They have reality. They have news. They have sports. It's all free, and it acts like a cable channel. It's really cool, and it does show commercials, but it feels like you're watching real TV because the commercials come in like when you used to watch network TV. That's what I like about this app, and it's all free. When it's free, I'm there. I don't pay for nothing. I told my wife, let's get rid of Hulu because we don't watch it that much. Or no, let's get rid of Netflix because we can watch Pluto app. We don't have to pay nothing. And I watch YouTube all the time. I've been watching the scammer videos with John Browning, where he hacks into scammers' cameras in their call centers in India. That's some fun stuff. So back to comics, because that's why we're here. We got 8 watching. Man Thing, Volume 2, 1979. And the bulk of this series ran through the 80s. Is that a Pooh cover? No, that's who is that? Wysek. Some good art though. Man Thing. Okay, here we go. Man Thing, Swamp Thing. Which team are you on? Now I have nothing against Swamp Thing, but Man Thing for me was written consistently good all the way through the series. Where Swamp Thing was good in the beginning, then it kind of went. And I love Man Thing because it has the first appearance of one of my favorite villains, the Fool Killer, Bob Wysek. So Swamp Thing or Man Thing, which team are you on? We got more Man Thing Volume 2, number 4. Now these are ones that I was picking up off the newsstand when they were coming out monthly. Of course, it's a newsstand edition. Then we got a direct market edition, number 5. So that's a little bit scary. Then we got a damsel in distress, kind of doing a little seductive pose against a tree, like, come and get me. Is that Wysek again? It looks like Bob Wysek's trying to do a little bit of a Plug imitation on these covers. Ranger Sly says Man Thing. Paulo Costa says Swamp Thing. Grudo says Man Thing. I prefer Man Thing as a guest star in the MU than Swampy as a guest star in the DCU. Mr. and Mrs. Roper. Okay, here we go. Let's get this good comment up here. Being creepy is what makes them attractive. She always wore that big moo and I'm thinking, what has she got hidden under that thing that she's always wearing these big moo? I went on to do several senior couples as a young man in my 20s. Major fun, but not for the faint of heart. DVC rolls hard. So we got Comic Mag Musing on Man Thing, Dr. Ventura Swamp Thing, and Gray Man Do. More Man Thing. We have 1980, Pirates from the Sky, number 7. We have Man Thing number 10, volume 2. Another Wyset cover. We got number 11, which has the Defenders appearance in it. Okay, here we go. Defenders or Avengers? Which one are you on? What comes to comics now, not movies or TV shows. For me, I grew up on the Defenders. I was buying them monthly off the stand, so I have to go with Defenders. It was Defenders that got me into discovering Avengers. So it's always a special place in my heart for Defenders. Okay, we're going to go down here. We're going to go, sorry, didn't mean to shock anyone. You are forgiven. We got Defenders, Avengers. What's up, Mark? All right, glad to see you joining today. We got Avengers. Good point. Agreed with Paulo Costa. And then we got Defenders. It looks like a tie so far. It looks like a tie. Doctor Strange, number 18 from 19. I don't know. I'm guessing 77, though, or 78, somewhere in there. Master of the Mystic Arts. I picked up one of those issues from his last issue from the Silver Age, where he had the full face mask. And I didn't realize till later that it said Master of the Black Arts. So they tried to do a character change on him at the end, trying to pump up the sales, and it just never worked. And they canceled it until 1973, I think. Oh, we got Avengers. And we got, why are you streaming in the middle of a workday? I'm off. I went to work Saturday afternoon and got back at midnight, so I'm off until Monday morning at 3:00. Happy to be off. Have to go. Okay, take care, brother. Glad you stopped in. Are you gonna do? You didn't answer me. Are you doing a video soon? All right, back to it. We got In the Name of the Worm World, Doctor Strange, what is that number? You can tell that this is an older box because I usually have everything written on the back, and I have nothing written on the back of these. Who does that cover? Is that Colin? It is. I don't even have to look for a name. That's definitely Gene Colin. The master of the art that comes alive. Okay, take care, Mark. Thanks for stopping in. We got another Doctor Strange, number 36. Thunder of the Soul. I'll tell you what, I am not a person that puts a book on a list and goes, this is my grail, and I'm going to go after it. But I did do that with Doctor Strange 169 this year, actually. I've been wanting that book for the longest time and was close to closing some deals on a few different ones, but they were so low grade that I just said, oh no, I'm going to pass. And finally got a 4.5. It was, the seller sent it to the wrong address, and they sent me the other book from that person. There was no tracking number. Well, the person that got it said they sent it out without a tracking number. So it was just like, who knows if they really kept it. It was on edge for like a week. It finally came. The seller goes, well, I'll give you $10 off since of the mix up. And my wife's like, no, you better tell him 20. So even though it was a great deal at $80, I got it for 60 and a 4.5, which was, I think, even less than half what the book goes for. So got it on my shelf. I was happy to get that. That's the one grail that of the bronze and silver that I've ever gone after. Okay, so we got comments. Yes, John, we all aspire to become hardcore slackers. Hey, you know what? I did the dishes before I did this video. So there you go. I made my breakfast, sat down with the cat, watched a couple shows, went and did the dishes, because I was going to do this first. And I was like, no, I better do a little bit of cleanup so the wife doesn't have to do it when she gets home. So there, I'm not a slacker. and the thing is, on Friday, the day before I left, I cut the whole half-acre lawn with the push mower because that's my exercise. So when I got home, I'm like, I felt so good. I'm like, I don't have to cut the lawn. It's fall. The lawn is not growing like it used to from week to week, and it still looks good. And I was like, oh man, it's so cool. I don't have to cut the lawn this weekend. Oh, comics. Yeah. Doctor Strange, number 32. This looks like it has a little bit of the printing's off a little bit on the book. It's a little bit higher than it should be, but it's a dollar book. Who's going to even complain about that? Who does that cover, man? I looked at it and I thought it was Frank Thorne, but it's not. Behold Dreamweaver. So is that her first appearance? Is this book like $1 million book? It probably could be. They'll mention Dreamweaver's going to be in this upcoming show, and that book will, and then you'll see it on Comic Tom. Then you'll have to run out and buy it. We got Frank Bruner, man, number 33 with Clee. Look at Clee. She never looked so hot. Clee is one of the most underrated women Marvel characters. I think. Bruner, man. Bruner's a master. Look at that art. The detail. The inking. It all looks so good. Through a glass, strangely. This was a cool one. I actually paid up a little bit for this. It's a J. Lee cover. My LCS had it. He looks up book on eBay because before he prices stuff. Well, most of the stuff that's linked to the side. I think I paid $12 for this. I didn't want to, but it's just a cool cover, man. Venom variant cover. This is the variant from Spider-Man 2099, number 36. And this book is kind of hard to get. Probably had a lower print run than cover A. So what do you guys think? J. Lee, Venom, 2099. Isn't it? Yeah, Doctor Strange series. Bruner is just so cool. His art is just, it's candy to the eyes. Paulo, I keep telling myself every week I'm going to go buy a lottery ticket, and then I never go buy one. Okay, DC. We haven't gotten to the World's Finest 100-pager. Number 277, February. I'm going to say 1971. You got Vigilante down there. Who else you got? You got Rip Hunter. You got DC Heroes from Comic Pages and Motion Picture Special. And then you got who is the demonic demon? Why can't I say that? The demonic. There you go. Demonic duo. Hey, Buster. That's a nice copy too. Nice, tight, square bound. No, it's not ripped or nothing. Pretty white cover. I don't even know where I got this thing. I'm sure I only paid $1 for it though. I'll take care of everybody if I win the lottery. I tell you what, here's my plan. If I win a good couple $1 million, I'm going to have an eBay comic book community Comic Con. and I'm going to send airline tickets to everybody to show up. And we'll have guest speakers. We'll talk about our lives, our comics. I'll get vendors to come in to sell. We'll just have a grand old time. It'll be the comic book community eBay comic book con. Let's see, 100 pager comics, so hard to get in. Yeah, they are. DC 100 pagers kick total ass. And I am sad, Dr. Ronchilla, that Walmart is no longer putting out the 100 issue pagers. This one is low grade, but it's Halloween time. Witching Hour, 100 pager, number 38. You know, it's not falling apart, but it's got a lot of creasing on it. I'm sure if I threw it in a Mylar, it would definitely look better. There you go, Gray, 13 Haunting Tales of Suspense. We got a cool battle cover with Nova and Thor. And now that I think about it, I have another copy of this that I showed in my battle cover video. So this one's going to definitely get put in Mylar. Okay, guys, you're not going to believe this. So we just redid almost the whole house because we're putting it on the market. My wife came to me and she said, and you're not going to believe this, you can put up comic book shelves in the living room if you want, because we have a whole wall that's got nothing on it. And I was like, is that my wife? Did she really say that? I thought maybe I was dreaming. I had to wake up. And it's really tempting to put up shelves like this in the living room, but I don't know, something about it I don't want my living room with comics, even though it's like, it would look cool. But then again, I'm thinking, it's a living room. People walk in, that's the first room they see. And I don't know. You guys tell me what you think about that. And I asked her the other day, I said, did you really say that to me? This is like 2-3 weeks later. Did you really say I could put comic book shelves up in the living room? And she was like, she hesitated, but then she said, yeah, I did say that. So I don't know. She's a keeper. Oh, what's up, Stanzable? Collector's Universe. Yeah, that was definitely a blow to my mind that she actually said that. Because it was not even 2 months earlier, she goes, I'm done, I'm out. I don't want to hear anything about your comic books anymore. I think she felt guilty about saying that. It's probably why she offered that. A Night Tiger Con, yeah. If I win the lottery, that's what I'm doing. An eBay comic book community comic book Comic Con. We'll have it here in Florida. I'll fly you all down in the sunny Florida area. You can go to the beach, make a weekend of it, go to the Comic Con. Dr. Vanchilla will be our special guest. He'll be our opening speaker. We'll have everybody get up there, and we'll have a panel, Q&A. In public, hardcovers and omnibuses only, merchandising, statues, yes, Funko Pop action. Okay, I'm lost. What's going on here? There you go. So as long as it's tastefully done, comics in the room can be quite a conversation starter. Yeah, I agree. I agree with that 100%, but I want to have a whole wall where I can display all my Golden Age books. And even though that would look cool, you're right, it wouldn't be tasteful as far as when people come over to visit. Let's see what we got. It would be remiss if I didn't mention our live stream reunion on ET Nick's channel at 7 tonight. Please stop in. Okay, I'm setting my alarm right now. That's Eastern? Yes, Eastern Standard Time. So let me set my alarm. You see me doing it. I'm going to definitely be there. All right. Okay, I'm going to read some of these cool comments. Looking forward to that. Yeah, guys, set your alarm. Let's support the ETA Nick live stream with Dr. Von Chilla tonight. No, I don't know anyone knowing what I have, rather keep them in my special space. I never got to see those guys live before, and my wife goes through cycles like that. Well, it can't coincide with the main cycle when your wife gets to be a certain age. 1 month comics are okay. Next month comics are the devil's work. All right, we got Slim Comics and More. Hey, Night Tiger, how's it going? Going good. Just sharing some comics and sharing comments, acting goofy. So my wife, she's a carpenter. That's what she does. She went to college for it. So she had that pencil, that pencil that's square. And I said, why the hell is this pencil square? Do they make a sharpener for this thing? And she's like, oh, they do. And I'm like, I don't think they do. How are you going to put a square pencil on a sharpener? So I went and Googled it. I was like, why the hell do they have a pencil that's square and flat? Can anybody guess why, without Googling it, why they have that flat pencil? Let me just read these comics real quick. Anyways, so here's why. Let me see if anybody knows. So you set that pencil down like you're working on a house, building a house, or whatever you're doing. It doesn't roll away. I'm like, okay, that's pretty cool. That's ingenious. I never thought about that. Hey, what do you guys think of this? Is a really cool. I love this comic. And I think I've read this. I don't even know why it's in here. It has the mark on it right there. That means that I read it. I must have wanted to reread it again. Is that a Marshall Rogers cover? Because it looks like it to me. Really cool. News cover, gravestone. Batman Spectacular. Bat Avenger. This is your Batman guy. He's my favorite DC character. And that definitely looks like a Marshall Rogers cover to me. You can tell by the face, by the chin, how square it is. That's his signature Batman. This is a really, really cool comic. And this is from doesn't say, but I'm going to guess 79. It says summer issue. All right, moving. I got this. These later issues are really low print run. And then you got Lauren Michaels. Man, she never looked so hot, guys. Look at that. Leather pants. I would definitely like to see her show up in the Punisher TV show. Low print run, painted cover by Mark Texeria, I think. Second appearance of Lady Punisher, first full cover appearance. That was a dollar book. I think I found this at Second and Charles. I just love that cover. The shadowing and the leather pants. Oh my gosh. I'm not even going to mention where the butt of that gun is pointing. The cheesecake. Yes, I don't even know how to pronounce his last name. Texeria. Yeah, I love that color. I'm going to show it one more time. The painted shadows on that leather pants. My gosh. And her face. Very what's the word I'm looking for? Sensual. He even shows her teeth. Usually when you show teeth on a comic book art, especially in a painting, it doesn't look that good, but her teeth don't distract from the beautiful face. Speaking of teeth, I just picked this one up, I think, recently in the 50-cent bin. I had the Whitman variant already, but it was beat up. So happy to get that one. Some of these books, I guess what happens, I take these short boxes on the road and I read the books, and then I put them back in, not in the front. And I forget to pull them out and put them where they're supposed to be put up with the books that I read already. That is a Jim Apparel cover. Ras Al Ghul. I don't know. You may mention it different. I want to do a video on how to pronounce his name. This is Batman number 335, May, and I'm going to guess it's 1979. Let's see what the doc has to say. Tesseria, that's how you say it. The chick is merely the child of the senior couples I did hard and repeatedly in the 1980s. Ah, precious memories. All right, Ragman. You can still pick this up really cheap, and this is number one. That was in a dollar bin. Joe Cougar cover and a very cool hero. I forget his origin. It's something to do with some suit that he got from somebody. He runs a pawn shop or something like that. But a cool character, similar to Batman. I believe he's Jewish, if I'm not mistaken. And I believe isn't he black too? Black Jewish character or something like that. You guys tell me. It's been a while since I read any Ragman. Okay. Key issue. Sal Buscema, Mr. Fix-It cover. Number 18. Number 8, Wolverine. I got this in Georgia, in Decatur. I think I paid like eight to $10 for it. So I have not read this yet. I need to read this. Okay. Moving on, we got another key issue in here. First appearance of Better A Bill. This is a nice high-grade copy. I picked this up at my LCS for $20. Number 337. I think this is 1989, isn't it? 83. 83. He started Irish, changed to Jewish. I think the new version of Ragman is black, if I'm not mistaken. But then again, what do I know? Better A Bill. So what's the new hot Thor character? He's a frog. Yes, that's right. The new Thor hot character is a frog. What do you think of these? DC Super Giants, Western Comics. Picked this up one in Gainesville. I think I paid $3 for it. Really nice copy. Love these. He had a bunch of these. I picked up the Cops one, another one, this one. Just a big load of reprints. But stuff from the 50s, early silver, late golden age. So pretty cool. I love these books. I love these DC Giant reprints. They are so cool. And, you know, as a kid, these are the ones that I could find in the quarter bin all the time. And that's why it got me so in love with the golden age. We got some Black Panther. African American alert. African American alert. Black Panther, number 5. The King. And does the Yeti. Night Tiger and the Black Panther together. I knew you'd chime in, Doc. I know you love those. We got a coverless copy. I don't have a whole lot of coverless books. What I'm trying to see. Number 80 from 1951, Daredevil Comics by Lee Gleason, The Little Wise Guys. I think this came in a lot that I bought. What do you guys think of coverless comics? Yay or nay? For the last 2 years, I've been trying to come to the place in my life where I can buy a coverless comic, like a Golden Age one, and then get a reproduction cover, but I just can never pull the trigger on a coverless comic. I did buy All Winners number 2, simply because that book is so scarce and so rare. With the reproduction cover, 7th appearance of Captain America. It's missing the cover and 2 inner wraps. This book is so rare and so expensive when it's complete. I got it for a screaming deal. I have not read it yet. It has Stanley's Destroyer right there. It has all the classic stuff. Now that I will buy coverless. Until the mid 80s. Yes. So Paulo says yes. Grayman says prefer the covers. Okay, this is a good series. I bought this when it was coming out on the newsstand. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head who does the art. I know the guy's name, but I can't remember. Yeah, Pat Broderick. He does amazing art on this series. It is just so good. The stories, everything. This series was so good. I don't know up to what number, but from number 1 all the way through the 30s, this book was really good. New characters, new villains. Great. I love the Firestorm character too. And he's pretty powerful, but they wrote him like they were aware of that writing it, and they didn't make him all powerful. This book kind of reminds me of the Ditko run with Spider-Man and Stan Lee, because he's Ronnie is a teenager and he's in high school, and they did a good job with that storyline. One of my favorites. Let's see what you guys think about that. Slim Comics prefers covers also. Very nice win, all winners. Thank you. Who remembers this TV show? Now this, you got to be old like me. My wife loves this guy as an actor, and she's from Dominican Republic, and she saw this TV show one time, and she just loved it. And Man from Atlantis, it's what's his name? Patrick something. I forget the character. He plays on Step by Step as the dad. It's similar to a kind of a Submariner character. And he used to swim unique in the show, and I always tried to mimic that when I would go swimming as a kid. This is February 1978. It's a thick book. I have not read this. I have the whole run. Duffy, Patrick Duffy, that's right. Gruda watched it. Paulo says he remembers watching it. It was okay at the time. Dr. Vonchilla said my high school years. Dang, I think I was 7 years. Wait, that came out in 72, right? Shoot, I was like 5 years old when that came out. Yeah, he was on Dallas too. Big name on Dallas. Yep, Bobby Ewing. Who shot JR? Who remembers that? Oh my gosh, that was like the big media blitz of the day. The end of the cliffhanger. Who shot JR? Who cares who shot him? I don't. Who did shoot him? Sue Ellen? I don't remember. Yeah, I remember you saying that. I did too. He used to swim with his hands like this, and he'd go. And it worked. You could do it. You just couldn't do it very long because it was so exhausting to swim like that. But you could move through the water pretty good. Who shot JR? It was 1977? Oh, okay. So I was 9 years old. Was it Sue Ellen? That's what I was thinking because that's the only other name I can remember from the show. Oh, wait. I can remember Val because Val showed up on Knots Landing, which was a show I watched weekly with my sister. Oh, from the Mad Magazine parody? Oh, yeah. Okay. Who remembers this movie? This movie scared me to death as a kid. I had nightmares. The Island of Dr. Moreau. Nice Gil Kane cover, too. Who was it? Who was the main actor in here? I can't remember his name. You guys will know, though. The Island of Dr. Moreau. Who's seen this movie? They did a remake, but the original is still the best. I'm trying to think of his name now. He was in The Godfather. What was his name, guys? Beautiful Gil Kane cover, though. And a nice transformation cover. Metarog would love that cover right there. Hey, someone's going to tell me, yeah, the Island of Dr. Moreau. That gave me nightmares as a kid. That and Invasion of the Body Snatchers, the original one, where they showed the people in the Invasion of Body Snatchers, that scene where they showed them in the kitchen, the husband and wife, doing dishes or something, and the pods were in the foreground and they were bubbling up, and you could see the face shaping. Was the remake anyway? I don't think. Yeah, it was Marlon Brando. That's who it was. Yes, I didn't see the remake. Michael York. I don't know who that is. But Marlon Brando, I remember him. I got to go back and watch it. I'm going to check YouTube later to see if that's on there. I want to see that movie again. I remember that movie, Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Another good movie was the one with Dustin Hoffman where they escaped from the prison in South America back in the early 1900s in Argentina or something like that. That was another good movie. Logan's Run was good. That movie gave me nightmares too, thinking that they couldn't age past 30. That was Logan Run's. Was it a TV movie? I think, wasn't it? Two-parter or something like that. The original film version is called Island of the Lost Souls and was released in 1932. Absolute classic. You know, I'm going to check that one out. Yes, Gray Man, Papillon, is that how you say it? Okay, we're talking great movies. Here's another one. He was just there. The one where the liner flips upside down with Ernest Borgnine and they have to get to the top of it. That was a good movie. Man, some good comments. You guys know a lot. The Island of Lost Souls. Another one I went and seen at the drive-in in 1972 was Land That Time Forgot. Even though that is a pretty cheesy movie, it always has a fondness for me. And that was the movie that was inspiration for the Kubert run in Army at War with the dinosaurs. Yeah, the Poseidon Adventure. That was a good movie. Good movie. Good movie. Okay, moving on. Comics. Jonah Hex, the best written Western comic ever, in my opinion. Every time I read a Jonah Hex in the Bronze Age from the Weird Western or his first series, I enjoy it immensely. Who does the art? It was Rodriguez, Dominguez Rodriguez or something like that. That guy's amazing. I think that's his cover art right there too. Check it out. It's just amazing. Love the title too. Check the trade dress on that. Hey, Hialeah, what's up? Another Florida brother in the house. How's it going down there in the South? Picked this up at the Dollar Bin. I was determined. I saw this on Comic Tom. I'm like, let me go down to the LCS, see if I can find this for $1. And I did. It's like a VF number 412, first full team appearance of the New Warriors, first appearance of Night Thrasher, December 1989. And it was a fun hunt to go see if I can find it for $1. It's wet. Oh, you guys getting a lot of rain? It is overcast over here, and I was enjoying that. I prefer rainy and overcast days to sunny, and it's been overcast all morning. Actually, I think it rained because the cat came in, and when I went to pet him, I mean, all this water came up his back. And there he is, behind me. Let me see if we can get a good picture of him. That's the life right there. What are you doing? Huh? What are you doing? I go out and I work hard to support that cat. Make sure he has a good place to sleep, a lot of food, snacks, so he can just lay around and do whatever the heck he wants. You saw the Poseidon Adventure and the drive-in in 1973. You didn't have a girl with you? Drive-ins, man. Whatever happened to those places? Drive-in theaters. We used to have one that was across the woods from our house. And I would go there and I would climb the back of the movie screen. They had this huge movie screen. And one day I was with my buddy and he was down on the bottom walking the dog. And I was all the way to the top behind in the back. And he goes, hide, hide, hide. And he started to run. And all of a sudden I hear someone yell, stop. And next thing I know, I see a cop come walking on under the movie screen. And he asked my friend, what are you doing there? And my friend looks up and I'm like, no. Cop looks up, there I am standing at the top of the movie screen. So they ended up taking me and my buddy home. Let's see, we got here. Sounds like me and sounds like me kids. My kids, yeah. Oh, thankfully mine are all grown. I don't have to support them anymore. My daughter is like out to here. She's overdue and ready to pop with my seventh grandchild. And then my granddaughter and my new grandson, because she just got remarried, they had their birthday this weekend. I was 9 years old in 1973, so okay. Yeah, okay. Sorry about that. All right, comics miniseries. The first one with the Vision and the Scarlet Witch. Um, Supposedly, some of the story elements from this series is going to appear in the TV series, and that is number one. This is number two. This is Death of the Wizard. What a name for a character, the Wizard. Wiz Comics, and the Wizard was never in it. And then you got number three with the Killer Grim Reaper cover. You got Simon Williams over here, and they're trying to transfer back to personality. So he is the brother of the Grim Reaper, and he is always advocating his brother to get his personality back from the Vision, who got it because Simon Williams was pronounced dead early in the Avengers. Really good but complicated storyline. Number three from January 83. And then number four with Magneto, Quicksilver, and Crystal. Revelation. Then I picked this up. I already have the sealed bag version. This is the first appearance of Legacy. So I grabbed this one out of the 50-cent bin so I can read the story and didn't have to open the poly bag. Supposedly that was a hot key issue at one time. Okay, so we got some golden age? No, this is May 1956. Quick Trigger Western, one of the very few Q titled character or series that anyone owns in any collection, because Q is the letter that most people have no comics that begin with that letter. I know from Bubs did a contest on that or something like that, or a celebration, and I couldn't find this issue in time. Excuse me. This is by Atlas Comics, of course, as you can tell. Quick Trigger Western. Bull Larson Strikes. Don't you just love all the names that these characters had during the Wild Wild West? I mean, you're a kid or you graduate from high school, you go out your way in the world and you just say, hey, I've got to make a cool name for myself. Billy the Kid or Quick Draw McGraw or whatever. Plop, who knows this? DC, kind of a funny comic. They had these for $1 at the LCS. I grabbed all the near mint copies because I think they had a full run. This is number 24, 1976. Wow, we're almost on 2 hours. I hope you guys are enjoying this. I'm going to hit at the 2 hour mark, and then we're just going to go away. Here's a Mike Zeck cover, Amazing Spider-Man, number 294, Death of Kraven the Hunter, part 5 of Kraven's Last Hunt. I'm really anticipating reading this. Kraven was always a cool character. He always thought himself a ladies' man, and he would always grab a female superhero and drug her, and then have her like go against Spider-Man or something like that. I mean, think about it. He would drug. I think it was one where he drugged uh, Tigra, and then sent her after Spider-Man. I'm thinking, wow, what a chauvinistic pig. He drugs these girls, and anyways, Eric Larson cover. Just it's kind of a low grade, but it was $1. He's a cool cover, cool Venom cover. Plot Lives Forever, hardcore off the rack buyer. Okay, so let's see what the doctor has to say. Getting into Golden Age, early Silver Western. Now we're getting somewhere. Yeah, unfortunately, that's as far back as we go. I think I have an ACG in here, and that's about it. Oh no, I do have this one. We'll do next. A friend of mine has a letter published in that issue of Plop that always impressed me. I hear people say they submitted letters, had them printed, like Charlton 66, and I'm like, why did I never think of doing that as a kid? Got that for $3. I think I picked up 2 issues, high grade, sent one off in an AOK or a prize package. Riptosaurus, like Charlton. I don't know if that's a Steve Ditko cover, but it may be. But then again, it may not be. So this was in the dollar bin. First appearance of Sticks and Stone. Todd McFarlane cover, 1988. Well, here you go. Werewolf cover, unexpected, number 213. This is when I was buying off the rack, early 80s. I don't know who does this cover. I don't like this cover art, but I like the big pages, dollar books, Detective Comics. 494, September 1980. The Crime Doctor Prescribes Death. I think that's a Joe Staton cover, if I am correct. Maybe you guys can tell me. So I was asking that earlier, I think before you came on, if I should do a Golden Age short box, which I think I want to do that next. If you want to see a Golden Age, I just picked up a Golden Age Western not too long ago, like a couple weeks ago. If I can find it now. This is actually a Canadian white. I wanted it in an auction. I have a couple of these Western. 3 Aces Comics. Just for you, Doc, I'll show this one. I think I showed it in my last haul video. This is from 1946. These started out as just printed in black and white with one color on the cover because of the War Act, the second War Act that was passed by the United States. So Canada couldn't get the materials they needed. They were like rationing materials, and America was not exporting anything, not even licensing. And then later on, once they lifted the War Act, they once again started printing them back in color. So I got this pretty cheap, but I got it in a lot. I got it in a lot with a couple other books. This was the one I was after. I was able to snag it. It's like a $500 comic, so I snagged it for like $92. Beautiful cover. These are really VF plus. And then got this one too. These are both Canadian whites. Both of them for 1946. Really, really scarce books. Really tough to get. This seller had listed quite a few in the auction, and I spent way more than I wanted to, but this is a $400 comic. This is a $500 comic. This is a $100 comic, and I got them all for $200. So I thought it was pretty good. Let me see what he. I just made a video. What's behind the cover series showing Bron's book. Keep your eyes open in the next few days. Okay, I will definitely do that. I always want to see Dr. Von Chilla video. We're almost to the end of this box. I wanted to finish it. We got 15 minutes. Here you go. So speaking of Gil Kane and DC, beautiful Gil Kane Superman cover with Lex Luthor, number 386 from 1983. And then I picked up a bunch of these in the 50-cent bin. Number 43, number 47. Oh, no. I'm sorry. I thought there was another box. There was another box where I got like 15 of these in the 50-cent bin. Oh, this is Origin of Green Fury. Briefly becomes Green Flame the Fire, August 1981. Okay, another classic movie. This is one of my favorite all-time, and that is Gil Kane, I believe. I'm not sure. I know he does Invisible Man cover. I think it's in another title. But the Gil Kane Invisible Man cover, and the other title is one of the greatest Gil Kane covers. This one is pretty good. I like it. I don't know who does it though. Another great movie. I grew up watching the black and white horror movies from Universal. I still go back. Actually, the other day I watched. I don't know if you guys know Dr. Manchilla. You might know who this is. The East Side Kids. I love those serials. Satch Mahoney. Those are so fun to watch. I remember when this book was like $50 to $75. I got this for $5. It's come down now. I don't know. I guess he was in a TV show or something. I don't know. I remember going to one of the first comic fests. They had $75 on this book, and I'm like, what is that? And I guess it was overinflated because this book is like $5 to $10 now. First, or not this one. I'm sorry, the issue before. This is the second appearance of Mongol. First appearance of Reservoir. But the issue before this, people were asking ridiculous amounts of money for. And then back to Man from Atlantis, number 6, July 78. Flop, number 21. Okay, we got a good book coming up. What did I pay for this book? I think I paid $20 for this. And it's a VF Plus. It's probably like a 9.2 or 9, maybe a 9.4. This is a one-shot, but first solo question book. Steve Ditko, October 68. He does the scripts and the art in here. Was happy to get this. I got it at a comic shop about 30, 40 minutes. Beautiful. That's a wall book all day right there. Okay, Slim. Take care, brother. Thanks for stopping by, man. Plop this forever. More plop then. More plop. Number 23. Can't go wrong with Cole Thulsa Doom. Cole has some great covers. Number 28. Number 29. Love the blues on this cover. Then you got World's Finest, a $1 comic with the Neil Adams cover. My goodness, Neil Adams, man, his art is just so realistic. It's amazing how artists all have different command of the lines that they draw and shape what comes out of their minds. You got Dracula Lives, number 59. You have Space Odyssey, number 10, second appearance of Mr. Machine who becomes Machine Man, Jack Kirby, the King. This is number 10, September 1977. The last issue of Marvel Team Up with the X-Men, February 1985. We have some Bill Sienkiewicz, Elektra. We have some Greg Land, Elektra. In her underwear. Okay, here you go, buddies. Homegrown funnies. Boy, I had to do a lot of research on this. Robert Crumb comic. Now you ask yourself, why did Night Tiger have to do a lot of research on this? You know how many printings of this comic there are? Well into the 20s. So I had to track down. I wanted the accurate. I was hoping it was first printing, but it's not. This is actually the 15th printing of this comic. I was hoping for at least the second or third or fourth, but unfortunately, I got it for 50 cents though, so I'll take it. This is Batman Beyond number 12. This is a variant cover. So this is cover B. It's got quite a bit lower print run. Number 12. Peter graduates from college. I didn't read this, and someone spoiled it for me and said he doesn't actually get his diploma because he's short some credits or something like that. 185, 1978. Just a cool ACG Young Heroes with a pirate cover. Here you go. Here's some more Western, Outlaws of the West from 1959. Charlton. Boy, what a cheesy cover. I mean, they couldn't afford anything more than to put a panel on there, and not even a good panel at that. We got Outlaws of the West again, 1963, number 37, Charlton comic. And Action Comics, George Perez cover with an homage to Joe Shuster, number 643, June 1989. Then another Bill Sienkiewicz cover. Oh, I love this cover. Showing booty. Elektra. Look at those legs, man. Those legs they go on for miles. Dang. Look at the heels. That's too much woman for me. I don't think I can handle that kind of a woman. Who remembers Police Academy when Tackleberry and that girl, they go to a hotel and they go to have sex and they just start pulling guns out of their shirts and their pockets and their pants and knives and all kinds of stuff. Show that Outlaws of the West again. I'm thinking you're meaning this one. Let me tell you a little story here. Ranger Sly, he was just here earlier. I think it was him. He sent me an AOK of a Charlton Western, and it was the only Westerns cover that Steve Ditko ever did. I still have it. I have it somewhere. But he only did one Western cover ever. Chisel your timbers. Okay, Batman with the Don Newton, Don Newton cover, number 378, December 84. Don Newton, one of my favorite artists. Sad that he passed away so young. Such a dynamic artist. He reminds me of Gene Colan and Neil Adams art mixed together. Don Newton. Speaking of Walmart, one of the very last 100 pagers that they put out, Beyond Unknown. It looks to be, is it a Giordano cover? No, I think it's a Jim Apparel. Beautiful, beautiful. I actually quit buying the 100 pages by this time, but I saw this, saw the cover, and I'm like, I gotta have that. Picked this up at the flea market for $1. This book is like a 9.4. First appearance of Herbie the Robot, and first John Byrne on artwork of the FF title. So minor key right there, and it's a direct market version from 1979. You're welcome, brother. Howard the Duck picked this up for $1. It is the Star Wars homage cover. Number 23, 1978. Atlas Comics, you say? Atlas Comics, you get. Grim Ghost, number 3, July 75. I read number 1 of this. These were 50 cents. Really terrible. Terrible. I haven't read number 2 because it was so bad. I mean, I will read it, but after reading number 1, I'm like, it was just so confusing. Okay, Gold Key. Lost in Space, number 27, 1968. Man, I'm hoping to come across number 1 one day in a dollar bin. Because they don't have numbers on the cover, I'm hoping no one will know that it's a number 1 and they'll have it in a dollar bin. Number 24, Lone Ranger. So the history behind this book is Dell created Swiss Family Robinson, and CBS stole it and made a TV show out of it called Lost in Space. And Gold Key was going to sue CBS, but they already had a working relationship, so they thought it would better not to interrupt that relationship. So they just adopted the Lost in Space title onto the comic. Check it out. Go research it. It's a true story. And it's a good TV show, too. They have a remake, but the original is really good. Number 39, 1974. We got Halloween cover, Spider-Woman with the Werewolf by Night in the title, November 1980. You got all the Universal monsters on the cover. Herbie the Robot, the only character that degrades a first appearance book. Yeah, because they thought that the Human Torch would be too scary for kids. Come on, man. We were boys. Boys were watching that, not girls, and we weren't scary. We weren't scared of stuff like that. Champions, love the series. Number 17, 1978. Such an oddball team. You got Ghost Rider, Angel, Silver Surfer at one point, Black Widow, Hercules, Iceman was in there, even Beast is showing up. I believe even had Daredevil at one point. Gil Kane cover. That's it. That's the end of the short box, man. I appreciate all you guys coming and hanging out with the Night Tiger. Next one I do, maybe I'll do it this weekend since I got so much time off, will be a Golden Age. Will be a Golden Age short box for sure. So until then, read a comic book, watch a TV show, go back and watch some old movies. Okay, brothers, we are at 2 hours. Unbelievable. You guys are a bunch of geeks, nerds, stick around this long to watch comics. Bela Lugosi, yeah, that is the original Dracula. And then Christopher Lee is next in line after him. Then Jim Carrey or George Hamilton, maybe. I don't know. Anyways, all right, so I'm going to get out of here, guys. Appreciate it. Love you all. Definitely check out that live stream tonight, Dr. Manchilla. Okay, y'all be good.